Hello. Is there anybody in there? Hey, it's me, you dillweeds. It's the Wednesday night music video thing that we've been doing. $5, make you holla, play any of your requests. And if not, then I'll just play a bunch of my requests. It don't make no never mind to me. So Anthony Fantano apparently is hating on Megadeth's new album. I'm sure it's probably not that good. But I also, I don't know, I've kind of learned to despise Anthony Fantano and his fucking opinions as a music critic. Internet's busiest music nerd, you guys. Oh yeah, I guess my hair is a preview of how I'm just gonna be doing it. This is my natural hair color. There's like a tiny cunt hair's worth of teal still in there, but yeah, I'm doing this look for a while. I like it. I don't know. I just miss. I feel like it's more. The nose. Jeez, I rubbed it like twice before I went live. No, I'm still gay. But, yeah, it's gonna throw like a weird monkey wrench into Cinemassacre Truth subreddit with the whole like blue hair guy, blue this, blue that, green hair. Yeah, nobody ever gets the fucking, it's teal. It's teal. But they just say blue or green. 'Cause they're Uncharted. Or a word that rhymes with that, I don't know. Well, I hope it looks good on me. It's I came out of my mom's vag with this hair color, so you know, 'tis what 'tis. It's also nice not to have long, annoying hair that gets in my face all the time, and you know, makes me wear a hat just to keep the hair out of my face. So anyway, we're doing the music video thing. Let's get started, shall we? I was sent several times in Discord DMs. There's this, I guess there was this unreleased Beavis and Butthead game called Beavis and Butthead Do Hollywood, which sounds like it could have been a pretty fucking hilarious movie if they had done that. But I watched a little bit of the gameplay, and they had this song that was like playing throughout the whole gameplay, and I thought it was Dio, but it's not. Some band called Cage, and I just really liked the song. So like, I'm going to I'm gonna start out by playing that song. I Shazammed it, and yeah, I just think it's a cool like I said, I thought it was fucking Dio, but it's not. But it's a really cool song. And this is not an official video. This song is not even available on Spotify, but I just think it's a badass song. Like a classic 80s metal song. movie are they taking this from? Like the CGI effects are really cool.
Just how very shortly will you find you're caught in a disaster? Your heart is beating faster. You know we'll never master nature's wicked ways. Earthquakes and tidal waves, hurricane of fiery blaze. You know you've seen your final days.
All right, Yoshi. After that stupid ass comment you just made about being Metallica, you're no longer allowed to comment in the chat. I'm just kidding, but that was an awful guess. That was an awful guess. I have to say we are all stupider now because of seeing that comment that you just made saying Metallica. This song fucking rocks. I don't know why this band... Let me double check my Shazam here. Yeah, because this was on that Beavis and Butthead game that leaked. It was a song that played in the background. Disaster by a band called Cage. It's like, this song fucking rock. Why does this not get like bigger? This isn't this is not an official music video. This shit came out in the 80s. Some fan or whatever just like pasted this movie on here or whatever, but like, I don't know, the groove is really good. Like, it's got that catchy I like the vocal melody. It's a little more operatic than I would prefer, but like, I still dig it. I thought it was Dio, honestly. Yeah, anyway, sorry, talking over my own video.
There was not a word, no one heard a sound. Then it came and tore the world. There was no escape, she was all around. How I pity you. You're caught in a disaster. Your heart is beating faster. You know we'll never master nature's wicked ways. Earthquakes and tidal waves, hurricane or fiery blaze. You know you've seen your final day. You're caught in a disaster. You're caught in a disaster.
Babak, $4.99. BM money for Josh. Oh, thank you very much. Very kind. Very kind. Yeah, it's $5 to request the video. Cause that's how I grift, bro. I grift. You don't get anything for that money. Oh wait, no, you do get something for your money. So I guess it's not a grift. Fuck you. People already saying these things. No one said it. I've been beaten and bruised. All right, what we're gonna watch next is one of my favorite bands. I'm wearing their shirt. I'm wearing the tour that this performance came from. We're gonna watch a live performance of Mama by Genesis. One of my favorite songs of all time. Definitely one of my favorite Genesis songs of all time. And you can see Phil Collins just being a badass in general, vocally. See, what I love about this song is they got that drum machine, that dun dun, cat dun dun, cat dun dun, cat dun dun, and it just has this very repetitive beat that goes on, And then at some point in the song, like, Phil comes in with the real drums, and, like, man, that just kicks it up a fucking notch. And I just love Genesis's experimentation with, oh, yeah, by the way, this is the album that it came off of. I have it in all my videos. It's one of the CDs in my CD little tower, mini tower here. I love all that experimentation of implementing electronic instruments like a drum machine or, you know, obviously synthesizers, and, you know, rock guitars, real drums, and then you have Phil Collins, like, amazing vocals over the top. It's like, come on now. How would this not be my favorite band? Another little fascinating tidbit in my mind, that beat, that drum beat you're hearing, that drum machine beat, the doom, doom, cat, doom, doom, cat, doom, doom. Mike Rutherford, the guitar player, he actually came up with that beat because Genesis went to Japan at some point in the 70s, late 70s, and they were given brand spanking new, because Roland, the technology company that makes synthesizers and drum machines and shit, they had just come out with these drum machines in the late 70s, and they gave each member of Genesis a complimentary drum machine. So Mike Rutherford, the guitar player, came up with this sequenced beat, and he ran it through a guitar amplifier. And because experimentation, he cranked the amplifier up as loud as it would go, and it created, it distorted because it was so loud, this beat, this drum machine beat, and it just had a personality to it. And they're like, you know what? We should write some shit over that. So that's, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting tidbit. Thank you.
See you, mama, but I can hardly wait. Need a touch to feel you, mama. Oh, I just can't keep away. In the heat and the steam of the city, eyes got me running and I just can't wait. So say you'll help me, mama, 'cause it's getting so hard. Oh, now I can't keep you, mama, but I know you're always there. You listen, you teach me, mama, and I know inside you care. So get down here beside me. I ain't going nowhere. No, I won't hurt you, mama.
I wish he wouldn't put his tongue on the microphone whenever he does that part. And that part sounds a lot cooler on the record than it does live. He still pulls it off, but I wish he wouldn't put his tongue on the microphone like that. But that was his choice.
Can't you see me, mama, 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 please? Can't you feel my heart? Oh, can't you feel my heart? Can't you feel my heart? Now listen to me, mama, mama, mama. You're taking away my last share. So don't take it away. Can you feel my heart? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. It's too hard for me, mama, but I can't hardly wait. Keep my eyes, they're burning, mama, when I can feel my body shake. Now don't stop, please, mama. Make it go away, 'cause I won't hurt you, mama, but you know that it's getting so hard. You know, so mama, don't go. So mama, please. Don't go. Mama, don't go, don't go, don't go. Mama, please, don't go. Mama, don't go, don't go. Mama, don't go. Mama, please, don't go. 'Cause I won't hurt you, mama, but you know that it's getting so hard.
God damn. Phil Collins at the height of his powers? I'd be afraid to step in a ring with him vocally. Well, because he can actually sing, and, you know, I got my own problems over here. Man, that dude's voice just fucking, it sat so high up, you know, he could hit those fucking impressive notes that just fucking sounds so good, and the melodies were so interesting. I loved how he was able to separate his solo shit from Genesis shit. Like, if it was a Genesis record, it didn't really sound like a Phil Collins song, even though the voice was exactly the same. Now, obviously, you have, like, Invisible Touch. You have songs like In Too Deep, which totally sounds like a Phil Collins solo album song. Even though Tony Banks wrote all the music for it, Phil just came up with the melody. But yeah, no, man, Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel, those two guys, they're just going to be my guys. They're always going to be my guys. And I will not hear any disparaging remarks against Phil Collins. Well, now he's cooked. He really is. I listened to an interview that he did today, actually. Well, it was a while back, but it was for the BBC, something or other, as a podcast. And, man, that guy sounds so and looks so different than what you just saw. It's crazy. That guy, he took those fucking cortisol shots to his ass. They were steroids, essentially. He did them all the time back in the 80s because he was always touring, whether it was his solo thing or Genesis or whatever. And, his voice would give out. And so he'd take these steroid shots, and you're right as rain, when they kick in. But they weaken the bone density in your bones over time. And so as he got older, and then he became he became like an alcoholic in like his late 50s. Like, this dude never had a problem with alcohol. And then in his like late 50s, he just like became a raging alcoholic. Like, so much so to where his like kidneys started giving out and shit. Like, they're like, dude, you're gonna die if you keep like drinking like this. And then his bones started breaking and shit. Dude, it's so sad how shit ended up with him, man. Crazy. All right, we have a Cerebral P, some Spanish shit. I don't know. I mean, those are like real people in robot suits. I'm assuming those weren't like automatons or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That was cool. Up next, we have Gagzuki, Bob Seger, 2+2. Never heard this song. Oh, wait, did I even download it? Yeah, I did. Okay, the Bob Seger system. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, this is an unofficial video, so whatever. We're listening to the song, but the video is not an official video.
Yes, it's true, I am a young...
The fucking head on that guy, dude. I think it was fucked up what happened to John Kennedy, but man, if you had to snipe a president, Jesus Christ, that guy's head was like, I mean, that would be the guy to do it if you were gonna do it. That thing's like a fucking billboard. His head's probably as big as mine. I bet there's no picture that exists of John F. Kennedy wearing a baseball cap, because I bet none fit that big ass head of his.
Man, but I'm old enough to kill. I don't wanna kill nobody, but I must if you so will. And if I raise my hand in question, you just say that I'm a fool. 'Cause I got the gall to ask you, can you maybe change the rule? And you stand and call me upstart, ask what answer can I find? I ain't saying I'm a genius. 2+2 is on my mind. 2+2 is on my mind. Well, I knew a guy in high school, just an average friendly guy, and he had himself a girlfriend, and you made them say goodbye.
So this song came out, from what I'm seeing, in 68. I gotta be honest, I don't hear a lot of bands from 68 doing like riff-based, like guitar riff-based things like I'm hearing here. Like, Zeppelin was really the band that busted out the door with riff-based rock songs. And yet I hear this, and I've never heard this. And this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, Beavis.
Now he's buried in the mud of a foreign jungle land, and his girl just sits and cries. She just doesn't understand. So you say he died for freedom. Well, if he died to save your lives, go ahead and call me yellow. 2+2 is on my mind.
kind of like punk rock in a way, right? I mean, it's kind of like this precedes the MC5, doesn't it? Like Kick Out the Jams. Like MC5, I think, is considered to be kind of like the progenitors of punk rock. I mean, this has that like energy to it, that youthful energy. And Bob Seger sounds young as fuck in this song. Like you can barely even hear the rich tonalities that would eventually come out as he got older. Cause like all like younger male singers, their voices all sound a little like not similar, but like they've yet to grow that patina of age and character on their voice. Like think like Elton John always had a really great voice, but like I don't know, as Peter Gabriel, perfect example. As Peter Gabriel got older, man, he had character out the ass with his vocals. Phil Collins is another example. If you hear early Phil Collins songs, like he did do some, I think he had one song in Genesis where he did lead vocal. He sounds nothing like what you just heard. Bob Seger, I could say the same about right now. With this being said, and I swear it's not just the Vietnam clips or whatever, I just feel like John Fogerty would have killed this song too, honestly. I think John Fogerty could have tore this song a new asshole vocally, but this also is good.
Plus two is on my mind. Plus two is on my mind. All I know is that I'm young, and your rules they are old. If I've got the guilt to live, then there's something left untold. I'm no statesman, I'm no general. I'm no good, I'll never be. It's the rules, not the soldiers, that are my real enemy. I'm no prophet, I'm no rebel. I'm just asking you why. I just want a simple answer. Why it is I got to die. I'm the simple-minded kind. 2 plus 2 is on my mind. 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 2 plus 2 is mine. 2 plus 2 is on my mind.
Feel like you only make songs like that when you're young, you know? I don't hear a lot of older people. Now I will say REM's last album, or the one before the last one, Accelerate, I think it came out in 2008. That was surprisingly a very youthfully exuberant sounding album, and that was at the end of their career, that album. But no, that was a good song. I like it. I like the way you guys are thinking tonight. I'm not getting a lot of lame ass suggestions. Gagzuki gave me 2 5s by accident, so we're doing I don't have a problem with this song whatsoever. Rush live in Dallas playing The Big Money. If you don't think Geddy Lee's a badass, just watch him play this bass line and sing at the same time and tell me that man is not a badass. And he still is. Well, his voice is gone to trash, but like whatever. I would love to hang out with Geddy Lee. That would be a hero I would love to meet because I know he'd be cool as fuck. I mean, he's Canadian, yeah, of course. He's going to be friendly. Fucking love this song. Like this is one of my favorite songs off of Power Windows, and there's a lot of songs of mine that I like off of the Power Windows album. But yeah, I think this is just a really cool song. Are they gonna do their little gay dance, Geddy and Alex, where they like wiggle back and forth? Like it's cute. It's cute because it's Rush, you know. Any other band, I'd be like, that's pretty lame. But like if Rush, it's okay. I forgive it. No, they haven't done it yet. That was them face. That's a cool band move on stage when you go face to face the other musician or whatever. That's fine. But they do this thing where they like kind of rock back and forth like I guess what Kiss did during Strutter or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't look that cool, but whatever. And you can tell, man. You can tell Geddy and Alex are like best friends. Like I love that for them. And I wish that Neil was still alive. Because, like, I don't know. Once you buy into Rush and then you, like, it's like they're actually friends and they like each other. You know, because there's bands like Aerosmith or Styx, whatever. They hate each other. And, like, you can tell, like, Geddy and Alex are, like, still the best of friends. I love seeing that shit. I want that for myself. You know, to have a friend I'm in a band with. You know, Trey could have been that, but he's fucking whatever. He's doing what he's doing.
Money goes around the world. Big money on the crowd. Big money got a mighty voice. Big money makes no sound. Big money pull a million strings. Big money hold the prize. Big money weave a mighty well. Big money draw the blood. Sometimes pushing people around, sometimes pulling out the rug, sometimes pushing all the buttons, sometimes pulling up the plug. It's the power and the glory, it's a war of paradise. A Cinderella story on a tumble of the dice. Big money goes around the world, big money take a cruise. Big money leave a mighty road. Big money live a rose. Big money make a million dreams. Big money spin big deals. Big money make a mighty way. Big money spin big wins. Sometimes building ivory towers, sometimes knocking castles down, sometimes you was the way, like you were the ground. It's that old time religion, it's the kingdom neighborhood. It's that fool on television, getting paid to play the fool.
Alex Lifeson's understated guitar solos in a lot of these songs, especially during like the Imperial 80s where all guitar players were trying to see who can wank the hardest. Alex Lifeson came up with some really interesting guitar solos during this period where he wasn't doing all that shit. He was just making really creative, interesting choices, utilizing different effects pedals. I love his guitar solos during this period of Rush. They were out of the 70s. There's no more of that just pentatonic AC/DC style wanking, which every classic rock band did. He got really creative. He had to find his space amongst all the synthesizers and shit. And I really like this this guitar solo. chicken soup for the soul, chicken soup for my whole. Either one, I don't care. Nero Smith asked an actually interesting question. For once, somebody asked an interesting question for me to answer. I'm kidding. There have been interesting questions before. Few and far between, though. I notice you often... what is it? I notice you often go against pentatonic. What scales do you favor? What scales I favor are... it's not even a scale thing. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I'd be lying if I said David Gilmour from Pink Floyd didn't utilize the pentatonic scale out the ass. It's the story you tell with your solo, your guitar solo, right? So if it sounds like a sped up version of you just running through the scale, like that's boring. It's like, oh, cool, look how much notes they're playing. But David Gilmour never did that. All of his solos you can hum. You can hum all of his guitar solos in some way or another. Just interesting is what I look for all the time. What's interesting? Because I know what's boring. I already know that. I already know what's fucking boring when it comes to like a guitar solo. And that's why I'm not so much interested in like all these goddamn 80s hair metal bands, because it's like, okay, you're gonna, you practiced your fucking pentatonic scales, good for you, but like, I don't know, like, if you're gonna get into it, I guess like Mixolydian, whatever, all those aren't scales, those are what do they call them? Anyway, they're modes. Modes, that's what they're called. They're modes. So like the Mixolydian mode. There's a lot of others. Then you have the harmonic minor scale, which is the Arabic, what people would identify as Arabic or Egyptian or whatever. A lot of prog bands use that scale when they solo, and that's like, it was cool a long time ago, and now it's played the fuck out. It's like, okay, you're soloing in like an Arabic scale, so it's gonna sound all Egyptian and shit, and it's like, yeah, but Dream Theater probably did that in the early 90s, and then before Dream Theater, there was probably like, I mean, Genesis did it, but very tastefully. Fly in a Windshield off Lamb Lies Down. David Gilmour broke the scale he was in during Dogs, I want to say, off of Animals, and he went to a harmonic minor scale, and it got all Arabic, but it was cool because it was brief and it was new for the time, and it was tasteful when we're talking about guitar solos. Tasteful, not Yngwie Malmsteen, look at all these notes. Fuck that. It's so boring. So boring. And nobody cares about it except other guitar players. Like, take that shit to the bank. If you're a really great musician and you're doing some crazy wankery, but you're not making someone feel something, I mean, shit. What was that Sex Pistols song? Anarchy in the UK? Oh, no. There was another one. Anyway, your guitar solo can literally, and actually Rush did this later on in their career, it can consist of like one note, honestly. But if you're doing, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, he had something to say with his guitar playing. He had something new to say. He had something new, an interesting idea to bring to the table. Hey, maybe I don't even like play a note. I just smack around my guitar with effects pedals and muting and shit. Like, this is the kind of shit that like I find interesting, that turns me on as a musician, because it's like, I've heard all that shit. You hear it once, you hear it, you've heard everything about it. True Faith, New Order, Cerebral P. I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs from this time. God damn it if this isn't one of the worst music videos that just such a, like, you might as well just play a compilation of American Psycho to this song, and it would service it so much better. The actual music video that they commissioned is so bad. It ruins the song. It's a great song. Like New Order, True Faith, come on. But the video is so fucking bad. Like, you'll see. You'll fucking see. It's so bad, bro. It kills it. And it's like, oh my God. How could you have guys signed off on this shit? I get it. It was the 80s. Who the fuck knew what, you know. This is before, I guess this was before Michael Jackson and Peter Gabriel. I don't know. Like, where they showed you, like, hey, this is what an actual good music video is supposed to look like. But anyway, Cerebral P, what are they doing, dude? Like, I don't know, man. Like, at least take a note from, like, Depeche Mode's playbook when it came to, like, 80s music. Like, what the fuck is this? It's, like, such a good song, and you have to ruin it with this fucking videos. But, like, god damn, that video was so bad. VH1 actually had this interesting show. It was, when bad videos happen to good songs. And those sons of bitches put Stand Inside Your Love by the Smashing Pumpkins as an example. Fuck you. That's an okay video. It's a little artsy and weird, but that's a fine video. It's a fantastic song. My God, it's a good song. The song is not in question, but like, I even liked the video, dare I say. My Josh choice here is going to be REM off their tour film DVD. Well, it's probably a VHS tape at one point. Did I download the fucking thing? I did. All right, okay. They're labeling shit weird. Anyway, this is a Finest Work Song by REM off their tour film DVD, which you should get it if you don't have it. I don't even care if you like REM or not. Very artsily shot. Artsily is not a word, but yeah, I don't know, man. REM they were firing off. This was like 90. I don't know, 90, 89 or 90. This thing here, but Michael Stipe looked cool. He had like a fucking rat tail going on with his hairstyle there. He hadn't lost all his hair yet. And this is just a really good song. And they're just very energized, and I think they looked cool, and they oozed interesting art house coolness in this.
Talking here to me alone.
Ice Hockey Jedi. He always has that little strain in his vocals, make it sound so good. Michael Stipe has one of the most unique vocals of all time. Like, you just know it's REM when you hear Michael Stipe's or anything he does. You just know it's. I mean, I love how that dude's voice sounds, and what I love even more is he sings low. It may not sound like it. You may not clock it, but I can sing any REM song. Like, he never hits a range that, like, I can't hit personally. He's the exact opposite of Phil Collins. Phil Collins' register is, like, way up here. Michael Stipe's is, like, down here. Honestly, Michael Stipe's voice sits in the same register as, like, Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode, but he never leaned into the strange love, strange highs and strange lows. But, like, his voice is, like, that low. It just, I don't know, I guess he has more of that punk rock energy with his voice. That's a great DVD, by the way. The whole fucking thing is like that. He's just, like, on crack the whole time. Great video. The band's firing on all cylinders at this point in, like, 89 or 90. Yeah. So let's do someone new, and I'll get to the other ones, obviously. Input username. Oh, fuck. I love that. Bronski Beat Small Town Boy. I love that song. Hell yeah. You guys are doing all the right things tonight. I don't know what else to say. Oh, and it's got an official video too. Wow. Bring on the copyright strikes. I love this song. I didn't know it was some fucking British white guy. It sounded like a black woman singing this shit. Who the fuck could dislike this song is my question. I've never seen the video, so I can't go in guns a-blazing like True Faith, where I'm like, oh, I hate this video. But I mean, I might hate this video too, but I know I love the song, and isn't that all that matters at the end of the day, mate? Sounds just like that. I sounded just like the guy just then, right? Can't believe that's a fucking white English. What is okay? Input username is probably the only British guy here, but what is up with white boys from England that can sound like black dudes from America, or black women in this case? Peter Gabriel sounds like Ray Charles. Fucking Sam Smith sounds like some black dude. There's other examples. I should have had more examples armed in my arsenal, but I don't. But like, how? I don't get it. And it seems to kind of be exclusive to the UK. Just these fucking pasty ass white boys who have this black ass tone, and it blows my mind.
Alone on a platform, the wind and the rain on a sad and lonely face. Father will never understand why you had to leave, but the answers you seek will never be found at home.
Bro, if you told me that was a dude who sang that, I'd be like, no, there's no fucking way. It sounds like a fucking soulful black woman.
The love that you need
this is your typical like 80s video where like the video could have been so much more epic for like such a good song. It's not a bad video. I mean, it's you know, it's a lot better than True Faith, but like it could have been a lot better, but you know, what do you want? It's the 80s. Not everyone could be Billie Jean or Sledgehammer. A good shit, man. Bumbleclat. Yeah. Love that song. The video was iffy, but the song remains great, so suck a dick. We have another newbie, Mr. E-Purd. E-Purd. Perturbator. Okay, I'm just fucking with Rihanna, Renata, Ricotta right now. This is Gob Soda. Never heard this song. Oh, is this the scene in Breaking Bad where they shoot the kid? Just kidding.
Like I knew that you would come to me and we'd run away with all our dreams. Don't you think that I'd prepare a bit to try to make it all complete? To run away, it's not the kind of thing that I do in a normal day. But it's so cool that we're together and we're smiling, drinking soda. I want to jump in a lake, sun shining down on a beach in the summer. I want to jump in a lake, sun shining down on a beach in the summer. Shining down on a beach in the summer. I want to jump in a lake. Sun shining down on a beach in the summer. I want to jump in a lake. Sun shining down on a beach in the summer. I want to jump in a lake. Sun shining down on a beach in the summer.
What's in his mouth? Are those like spiders or something? All right. Oh, that was something. I don't know. I really have no opinion on that. I mean, it sounds like a 90s pop punk song. I didn't know Gob was necessarily like a straight up punk rock band, but then again, I don't know much about Gob. I'd heard of them before. That might have been the first proper Gob song that I'd actually listened to. All right, so this is a Josh pick because I do this from time to time, just to, throw my own shit in there. And you've not been to a goth night. You may not be. This isn't a goth song, by the way. It's not. But they get roped in to every goth night. And I love this song. I think it's really cool. I would say it's more industrial / dance. Anyway, we have Nitzer Ebbs join in the chant. This is my pick. Oh, that's not the right version. I don't want that version. I want the fucking album version. Damn it. Oh, let me guess. It doesn't exist. Only that's fucking... Oh, that's sad. Fuck. All right. I just really want to hear this song, so... And I normally never do this for this music video thing where there's no video. I'm going to play like half of it, and then I'm going to stop it and then move on. I'm not interested in hearing whatever that remix was. I want the album version, damn it. Yeah, the lead singer just died recently. I don't know, probably some drug related thing, I would imagine, because he wasn't like old. Is this it? Okay. Here's the deal. My grandfather, he's my step-grandfather, and he was a piece of shit, and I'm glad he's dead. But one thing he always used to say, he would just be like, here's the deal. And then he just wouldn't say anything after that. He would just say that, and then there'd be nothing else. And I find myself saying that to this day. I'll just be like, it goes best after like a yawn or a taking in a deep breath, like, here's the deal. And then you just don't say anything else after it. I don't know, even at a young age, I guess, like weird stuff tickled my brain in some weird way, and I always remember him saying that, and I don't know why he said it, but anyhow, this is the real Join in the Chant by Nitzer Ebb.
Lies, lies.
right, now I'm going to do a smooth fade out, so I'm not abruptly stopping it, because that's just how I help your ears. All right, Renata, our resident goth, what would you label Nitzer Ebb? I feel like you have some kind of authority over this realm. I'm thinking industrial, early 80s industrial. That's what I'm going to pin that on. Yeah, no, it's a great song, especially played over loudspeakers at a goth night. It sounds really good over, like, really loud speakers. Okay, now we have one from Cerebral P. We got Hot Chip, Devotion. You see, I'm changing my style up. I'm staggering the videos around. I'm not just going down by some kind of itemized list here. So let's see what this is all about. Actually, you know what? Let me pee first, because I feel that come. Muscle and hate. Fuck. That was not a smooth mounting. All right, here we go.
I don't feel emotion. It completely takes over me. Sight of who I'm meant to be. Take me in your arms, hold me up, where everyone will see it's tearing me apart. There's something indefinable between you and me. Help me when I'm weak, and I will then be true. Bring me to my feet, 'cause I believe in you and your devotion.
All right, don't be alarmed, anybody. The glasses are coming on because the vision's getting a little blurry for Daddy right now.
Your devotion. Your devotion. When you're sick from motion, rocked upon a wave of uncertainty,
That song was kind of boring to me. I didn't really get anything from it. And the video's like silly for silly's sake. Yeah, that one didn't do anything for me. I'm honest. What can I say? If I like it, then I like it. If I don't, then I don't. I already went in as soon as I saw his Hot Chip. I knew that like I probably wasn't gonna like it. Like I went on this whole indie bender for a while, where especially like 10 years ago, where I was just like, I want to listen to every indie band because I feel like there's like some hidden gems with these like indie rock bands, and there were for the most part. Like I discovered some really great indie bands. Hot Chip was one that I gave a try, and I was like, nah, that's not my thing, but that's fine. It's cool. I still play it. Neon Knight Rider, $2 for Marvin Gaye's last performance. I say $5, so like I know you gave me money, but like if I start doing $2, then it becomes like everyone else who paid $5 is like, what the fuck? So like, I'll need $3 more or something, or a blowjob or something. No, I'm just kidding. It was inappropriate. Yeah, no, it's $5 for a request. So throw in those $3 more because I don't want to be unfair for everyone else. This is by Mike Anderson 623, Astronoid Dream in Lines Live Futura. So see what this is. Okay, so this band's very heavy, which is fine. I tend to, I can get down with that. What I do like about them is he's doing this delicate, very high tenor male vocal over this heaviness. He's not screaming. He's not doing some aggressive vocal. It's almost Deftonesian. A lot of bands are kind of doing these things now, like the Sleep Tokens and the Spirit Box and Ginger and all this kind of bands, especially Spirit Box. It almost sounds to me like the music is an E standard. It's not like drop tune to like, this is in drop C, bro, because it's got to be heavy. Like, think Korn, all of Korn's music is in very drop, or Slipknot, it's in very, like, that was like in vogue as the drop tunings. I hate drop tunings personally. I like playing in the when you buy a goddamn guitar, whatever tuning it's in, it's called E standard. I feel like if you can't make a heavy riff in E standard, you need to get out of the game. If you're solely relying on drop tunings Wow, 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 wow. You know, all that shit. If you have to rely on that to make your shit sound, dude, Metallica, some of their heaviest shit was in E standard. You can do heavy in E standard. I know I'm talking a lot of fucking guitar shop right now, but this to me sounds like an E standard, and I don't know. This is interesting so far. That's all I will say about it. It does look like EJ from Red Cow, the fucking drummer. Someone made that comment in the chat. That literally... Thinking of fucking EJ just doing just some hardcore, just like melodic metalcore drums. Doing blast beats and shit. Oh my god, no, it does kind of look like EJ. That was funny. It does look like EJ. Here's the problem with singing that way with a heavy band. Live, your vocals get completely buried because it's a delicate vocal and you're not like belting, you know, like say like Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, you know, Man in the Box, for instance. That's gonna be heard over anything. I mean, he's belting his fucking lungs out. This is a very delicate, sounds like a lot of falsetto. Like, it's like you're never going to get the mix on that right unless you're like big and whenever you tour, you bring your own sound guy, which is a thing, by the way. A lot of national acts bring their own sound guy. They set up their own separate booth below where the actual sound guy is for that venue, so they have a consistent sound every time. My buddy Trey, who I mentioned earlier, like when he went on a tour with whatever band, this band Fit for Rivals or whatever, they're not even worth talking about, but like they bought on tour, and that's another thing, you can buy on to tour packages if there's like 3 like nationals and they need like another band or whatever, you can literally pay like 10 grand to buy onto that tour. Basically, like, you are now on tour with, so with Trey it was Flyleaf, Adelia's Way, and Framing Hanley, whatever, Sean Hannity, I don't know. But yeah, they all had their own mixing engineers. Or no, Flyleaf did. I don't think the other two did. And they all I don't know, they all use in-ear monitors, and so there's no stage volume. And Trey was telling me, he's like, dude, when I was standing on the side of the stage watching their set, on stage it was completely quiet because everyone's got in-ears, right? So there's no need for amplifiers. I mean, really all I guess you're going to be hearing is the drums, but like everyone's got in-ear monitors. There's no need for amplifiers anymore. It all gets run through the front of the house. What the audience hears, it gets run through that. And so on stage, there's no stage volume because there's no amplifiers. There's no bass guitar amplifiers. Vocal, drums is the only thing you hear. So it's this creepy, weird, like quiet, like when you're like watching these bands, from the side or whatever. And I would have to think that a band like this with a singer like that would, in-ear monitors would be essential, because if you have if you don't have in-ear monitors and you have normal stage, the wedges that are on the stage that are just there for every band, if you're just using those and you're singing like that, you're not gonna hear yourself. It's not gonna cut through. Anyway, nerding out right now. I can't get that EJ comparison out of my fucking head. That's so funny. That was such a funny observation. Whoever made that observation. I might DM this to Frankie and be like, dude, when did EJ become a fucking metalcore drummer? I don't know. I think it was a fine song. I'm not gonna like go out. I'm not gonna say that I like loved it, but like it was yeah, it sounded good to my ears. I don't know about you guys, but it sounded fine to me. Yeah, I mean, they didn't lean into a lot of the metal tropes, which I liked. I liked the vocal choices. It seemed like there was a groove there. A lot of metal bands don't have any groove whatsoever. They don't even know the definition of the word groove. They just go in at 10 out of 10 volume and just hammer their fucking instruments as hard as they can, man, because it's heavy. Groove, The black musicians set this standard way back in the days of the Delta and the racist ass U.S. South with the blues musicians and shit. Groove, People forget about this, but it's so fucking important. And this band had some groove going on, and a lot of metal bands don't. So, all right. This is a Josh pick. This is Kiss after they reunited with the original members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. This is their performance of New York Groove. Now, what I like about this is the story. So, Ace Frehley had been a fuck up ever since he pretty much joined Kiss. He was a fuck up, but he had a feel to how he played, right? His sloppy playing was his calling card along with, all the gimmicks, the face paint, all that. But just looking at him as a guitar player, I can tell you, he's a very sloppy guitar player, but he's got a style. Like, his sloppiness is almost his style. And you got Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, who have sticks so far up their asses that, they're trying to do this perfect, like, manicured performance. And then you have the other two band members, Peter Criss, who is like, man, one of the worst drummers, especially on this thing that you're about to see here. They use triggers on his drums. And I don't want to get too deep into the weeds about music shit, but whenever you have triggers on your drums, it's basically like, because he was so weak and feeble at this point, even in 1996. And he's still alive, by the way, and Ace is not. But he was hitting the drums so soft. Like, he lost all of his power and fervor and vigor. So they literally put triggers on every single one of his drums. So basically, drum triggers are like microphones specifically made for drums. So like, when you hit your snare drum, and if you hit it really light, well, the sound guy can mix it to where it sounds big as fuck when you hit it, even tapping it. And that's what they had to do for Peter Criss, because he was not playing with power. He was not playing with passion. And then you had Ace Frehley, who just such a sloppy player, but he knew how to sell it, though. He had the kayfabe of the whole Kiss thing going on, and he sold the performance. But I'm just listening to his performance, and it's like, oh, he's so sloppy. He's such a sloppy guitar player. And like, just the imperfection, knowing that Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons are getting pissed off this whole time, because it's not this, I don't know, it's this whole melodrama going on. And that's why I like watching this performance. And I like the song. I do like Ace's cover of Back in the New York Groove. But that's what we're about to watch.
New York Groove!
Already you can tell it's just kind of sloppy, but it gets sloppier. But that's Ace's style, man. Like, I don't know. He's like, they're lovable, and that's like what makes it so much more complex, is like, they're the underdogs in the band, because like, everybody hates Paul Stanley, everybody hates Gene Simmons, right? They were the money hungry, just marketing everything. Ace was like the druggy alcoholic fuck up, as was Peter Criss. And so you kind of root for them for some weird reason. I don't know. I might be over expounding because the alcohol's got me sentimental. Who the fuck knows?
Many years since I was here on the streets, I was passing my time away. To the left and to the right, buildings towering to the sky, and it's out of sight in the dead of night. Here I am again in the city, with a fistful of dollars, and man, you better believe, back in New York, I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. In the New York groove. In the New York groove. In the back of my Cadillac, looking lady sitting by my side saying, where are we? So stop the 3rd and 43, exit in the night, it's gonna be ecstasy. This place was meant for me. I feel so good today. Who cares about tomorrow? So baby, you better believe I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back
That guitar thing still hurts me. It's not even a solo. It's just like chords. It's like higher up on the neck, like the D chord or whatever. Like just he's not even doing a solo, and it sounds so fucking sloppy. And I know this whole time, Paul and Gene are hating every second of this because they're like, you fucking fuck up. Why can't you just play the songs right? But it was the original members, man. You're making them dollars. They want to see the original guys. They don't want to see Tommy Thayer and the other fucking Eric Singer on drums. They want to see Peter and Ace because that's the original band with the original makeup. You know, I love it. Yeah, I don't like Paul Stanley either, but man, he had a damn good audiobook. His memoir, it was dude, I've listened to his fucking memoir. I don't even care that much about Kiss, but his memoir was really good. Like, he's like I don't know, like he's like a life coach or something. I recommend it. And I don't recommend much. I can recommend some fucking audiobooks. All right, where's this fucking song at that I just downloaded? This is getting old, man. No, that ain't it. Oh, I didn't download. Fucking Moronius Buffoondin. Copy. Paste. Gold. I might be gay. Who knows? Who's to say? Any day now. Okay, we got it. I should have been pre-downloading, but I just wanted to watch that because it's fun. All right, up next we have a Zombie Trash, The Smiths, How Soon Is Now. Obviously a classic. I've never seen the music video. Apparently there's a music video. I obviously know the song. I've never seen the video. You know that crazy guitar slide that defines the song? I can do that again if you want. That's like 9 guitars doing like a slide, like, you know, like a guitar slide that you put over your finger. They can either be metal or glass. I prefer glass. Yeah, it's like 9 of those overlaid on top of each other to make that like train sound. Yeah, that's a fun fact about that. When you say it's gonna happen now, what exactly do you mean? See, I've already waited too long, and I feel our hope is gone. Yeah, they cut out a lot of that song. That was music videos for you back in the day. It's like, hey man, we gotta have that fucking, that snappy. Hold on, this is the douchiest thing I'm gonna say all night. I need my other vape. My first vape isn't good enough. Holy hell, I might as well, in hell I dwell, in my prison cell. Okay. This is another Josh pick. You know, I was talking about indie bands earlier that I really enjoyed. Animal Collective is one of them. This is called My Girls. I love this video, too. Not only do I love the song, but I love the video because you kind of get the feel. I know it's a video, but you kind of get the feel that they're, like, doing the song. Like, they're making the song live in front of you or how they would have made it. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, 2010s, like, hipster green screening effects, but all that notwithstanding, I think. And how often do you get to use that advert? Wait, no, as a what do you got? If not for, after, at, by, and against, in between. What are those called? They're not adjectives. They're not adverbs. They're not pronouns. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. This is My Girls by Animal Collective. Is it adjectives? This is bothering. Honestly, this is bothering me. Are the words if, comma, not, comma, for adjectives? Subordinating conjunction? That's not what I'm looking for. Adverbs. What are they? There's a word for it. I know all of them. If, not, for, after, at, by, in, against, instead of, near, between, to, of, from, under, down, below, through, over, up, according to, abroad, across, beyond, about, before, behind, within, without, amidst, among, around, above, toward, notwithstanding, into, of. Prepositions! They're prepositions! Prepositions! That's what they are. They're prepositions. And I know all of them. And the only reason I know all of them is because I was taught this stupid song in 5th grade in the tune of Yankee Doodle Dandy. If, not, for, after, at, by, in, against, instead of, near, between, to, of, from, under, down, below, through, over, up, according to, abroad, across, beyond, about, before, behind, within, without, midst, among, around, above, toward, notwithstanding, into, of. Yeah. It's a pneumatic device that worked like a motherfucker, because any test that I took and they're like, name some prepositions, I'm like, oh, you fucked with the wrong guy today. I know a lot of prepositions. That is such a 2010s video. I didn't think the 2010s could be defined because I just thought it all blended together. But the further away I get from a decade, the more I can like see stylistic, like that is definitely a 2010, like early 2010s indie band. Pitchfork, you know, Brooklyn Vegan, all those coastal city journalists just would jerk these kind of bands. They would jerk them off so fucking hard. And I like this band. I like this song. But yeah, I was calling a spade. That is some early 2010s stuff there. If I were to put a ribbon on that, I think the song that defines, I don't know, what would you say, M83, Midnight City, or the Naked and Famous Youngblood? One of those two songs has got to define the early 2000s. Yeah. That song, or the boo 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 da da boo 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 da da boo boo da da boo 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 da da da. One of those two songs. I love all those songs. I think that was the last, and I love how experimental that time period was. I miss that time period because we got some really cool experimental stuff, and it charted, and it there was an ecosystem for this. There was a hunger for this kind of music, and there was young people that were willing to buy into it and go and see these bands, and now we're just in fucking awful territory. Like, nobody goes out to shows anymore, first of all. Secondly, bands don't experiment like this anymore, or if they do, they're relegated to like the bargain bin of like the bottom of Spotify, right where you might find my band. Yeah, it's all legacy bands. It's legacy bands or bands that pop off on TikTok. It's a very sad state of affairs. That made me more depressed than happy. But yeah, I enjoyed that song. Up next we have Cerebral P, Feel, The House of Love. No idea who Feel is. No idea about any House of Love. Because I didn't grow up in one. No, my house was fine. Wait, did I play it? Did I play No, I played the Hispanic one, the Rondo Veneziano. All right, here it is. Yeah, man, you guys have been good tonight. You guys have had good suggestions pretty much overall. We've had some shit Wednesdays, you know. We've had some shit nights where a bunch of bad songs. Everyone was firing on all cylinders tonight. A lot of good suggestions. Wait, what? We're down? Dog water Wednesdays. And then he takes a dig at Zombie. Hopefully she's developing a thicker skin. I don't know. We'll see how we'll see how thick her skin gets. So that was like the quickest shutdown and reboot ever, because that was like 20 seconds. Did the Animal Collective video get me? Whatever. What I'm talking about is input username made a dig at you, and I'm saying that hopefully Zombie has developed a thick enough skin to not. I'm not saying you didn't have thick skin before. You might have. I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm sure you can call input username a cunt and he'll take it on the chin because, you know, he's British. They're used to that kind of, that's how they communicate. They're a bunch of drunks over there, I think, in England, right? That seems about right. 'Cause we don't drink over here. We're all puritanical Mormons in the U.S. That was a joke.
You see a sign, it comes to you, and whatever you say, it was in his eyes. A 25, sick of life, and not the time to say I care, to see the sign, and not the way to say I need to feel love, to feel love. As safe as sand, we know this world to slide away, this need to die. At 25, justified to lose the time, say I care. It's not a crime, it's not the way to say I need to feel love, to feel at 25, enough time to see the sign, and not the way to say I need. At 65, justified to lose the time, say I care. It's not a crime to find the way. It's not the way to say I need to feel love, to feel love, to feel love, to feel
So, like, any intel on this band? Are they like a Canadian band that was popular in the night? I've literally never heard of this band. It was, you know, this is what I'll say about what I just heard. Is it comes across to me as something Beavis and Butthead would have on their show, where like they're just kind of like, I don't know. Let's watch something else, Beavis. Yeah, there's like no, I don't know. It was a fine 90s sounding alternative rock song. Like, why did my voice go up here? I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. It was unspectacular. All right, so we got Mike Anderson, by the way. Thank you for the hangs here. We do this every Wednesday for all the cunts that are like, oh, you used to talk about Genesis and Rush and all this other kind of stuff. You love that stuff, and you don't talk about it anymore. Yeah, it's because it don't get no fucking views. But when I do this, I can expound upon all that and more. And it don't matter with the views. So, yeah, this is where I get my musicality out, I guess. Because that's like a big part of who I am. But, you know. There's other aspects of me as well. And me talking shit about Pat Contry is one of those aspects. Now, Mike Anderson says the Ataris and He Will Die on This Hill is better than the Don Henley Boys of Summer. I think both songs are good. I've heard both. I think they're both good. I like the Ataris cover. It's rockified, which I think is a very lazy way to cover a song in general. But with that being said, I think they did a darn good job of capturing. I remember being at a party in 8th grade when this this song was being played, and you know, I was at my horniest that I'll ever be, and there was hot girl. I was fat and rejected, so none of the hot girls wanted to. I don't even think they wanted me there. I think I was only there because one of the hot guy friends that I had took me as his +1 or something. But they're all godless whores now. No, I'm just joking. I don't know what they're up to. But this song was definitely being played at that time, and it does put me into a mind frame. So basically, it's a nostalgia song. The Don Henley one was, I think that was the purpose of that song as well. This is a nostalgia song, and, you know, I can tell you this song brings me back to when I was in 8th grade at that party being rejected by hot chicks. So maybe it'll do the same for you. This is the Ataris Boys of Summer. Also, let this be a lesson to you band guys. Very dangerous to debut with a cover as your like main song, because this is literally all this band is known for. The Ataris never did anything outside of this song. This is the only song they are known for by, you know, the hive mind. And it's a cover. It's a song they didn't even write, you know. So it's a dangerous gamble. I mean, maybe nobody would even know about this band at all had they not covered this song, but they did, and it's the only song they're known for, and it's a cover. So there you go. Don Henley's the GOAT. He made obviously shit. Don Henley's like the American Phil Collins, honestly. I'm just not a huge fan. I mean, like, I'm a fan. Like, I like a lot. I like Don Henley's solo shit more than I like his stuff they did with the Eagles. I'll say that. Talking shit about this song right now. It's a fine fucking song. Okay, let me just drop some fucking facts on you right now. Don Henley started out as a fucking drummer, so he played the drums. He can fucking sing. He's a songwriter, and he made Boys of Summer back in 80 whatever the fuck. Would you rather hear Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga? Because those are also considered pop artists. Or would you rather hear someone who's actually a genuine article, who can write a song themselves that sells millions of records? I don't know. I think I'd take the actual musician, the actual artist, rather than some fucking puppet that we have now. So, you know, you young whippersnappers out there, use your fucking head before you say things. I really like his Sunset Grill. That's a very weird song. It's a bizarre song. It's a good one, though. Sunset Grill. Down at the Sunset Grill, looking at all the working lady, whatever he says, walking by. Down at the Sunset Grill. Now you guys can all see why I'm the lead singer of my band. No, I'm not. All right, this next one's a Josh pick. This is a, I don't know, I just fucking like this song. It's wacky. What the fuck? Yeah, got that. Figured that out. Okay. So this is the Avalanches, Frontier Psychiatrist. I probably already played this one in another live stream, music video live stream. I don't give a fuck. I'm playing it again because I just... Not only is the song really cool, the song's comprised of like 120-something samples. Basically, the whole song's just a bundle of samples, and the video's fucking great. Love it. This was the kind of shit they played on MTV2 when MTV was too much of pussies to like play cool stuff. Like MTV2 for a season, not for long, but for a season, they would play cool videos, and this was one of them.
Is Dexter ill today?
Mr. Kirk, Dexter's in school.
I'm afraid he's not, Miss Fishmore. Dexter's truancy problem is way out of hand. The Baltimore County School Board have decided to expel Dexter from the entire public school system.
Well, Mr. Kirk, I'm as upset as you to learn Dexter's truancy. But surely expulsion is not the answer.
I'm afraid expulsion is the only answer. It's the opinion of the entire staff that Dexter is criminally insane. Insane.
That boy needs therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Purely psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Lie down on the couch.
What does that mean?
You're a nut.
You're crazy in the coconut.
What does that mean? That boy needs therapy.
I'm gonna kill you.
That boy needs therapy.
Granny Gazoo, let's have it, Chief. Now when I count 3.
That boy needs therapy.
He was white as a sheet.
And he also made false teeth. Avalanche is above. Business continues below.
Did I ever tell you the story about
Cowboys.
Bitches and the Indians and frontier psychiatry.
I felt strangely hypnotized.
I was in another world, the world of 20,000 girls. And
rectangles?
Storing up Tomatress. A man with the golden eyeball.
And tighten your buttocks.
Or juice on your chin.
I promised my girlfriend.
The violin.
Frontier psychiatry. Frontier psychiatry.
That boy needs therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Purely psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Lie down on the couch.
What does that mean?
You're a nut.
You're crazy in the coconut. What does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
I'm gonna kill you.
That boy needs therapy.
Granny Gazoo, let's have it, Chief. Now when I count 3.
That boy needs therapy.
He was white as a sheet.
And he also made false teeth.
Frontier psychiatry.
Can you think of anything that talks other than a person?
A bird? Yeah.
Sometimes a parrot talks. Yeah, some birds
Well, I think that was fun for the whole family, if you ask me. I think there's something there for everyone. All right, so up next we got a Gagzuki request over here. Wearing his shoes and his slippers in his face. It is... Can I get fucking prepared and poised, please? Before I make the announcement of the fucking thing? Alright. It is Pinback Loro. Don't know what the fuck this is. We're about to find out. This is a cool song and all, but like every single one of these band members got beaten up in middle and high school by like the jocks. 110%. I feel like that's the kind of song where I kiss the microphone. I just go, "Good night. You'll always be my special guy. Tomorrow I'll make you pancakes. I love you. Shh." I feel like that's the song that I would do that for. And that's all I got for it. You're my special guy. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, up next we got oh, okay. It's just called the N-word with the hard R. No, I'm not playing that, dude. Sorry, I've not taken my anti-schizophrenia medication tonight, so that was a make-believe request by a voice in my head. This is The Head Geometric Vision by Cerebral P. I think that song mainly suffers from a lack of originality. I just heard a lot of things in that song that I've already heard a million times. It's a genre that's not as common, which is cool, but I don't know. I've heard that a lot. That well, it's like the descendants of the Cure and the Smiths and all that. Just like smacked of that too much. I have to pee and I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. Oh. What's up, you fucking legends? What a pathetic bitch. Alright. Here's what's gonna happen next. You're all gonna shut the fuck up. Oh no. This is a me pick. I grew up only being allowed to listen to Christian music. It stands to reason one of these bands would have to stick in my craw in a good way. This is just a good song. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you feel about the lyrics or whatever. It's just a good song. I think Renata will probably confirm, but I played this on here already probably. It's DC Talks, What If I Stumble, live from their Welcome to the Freak Show tour. It's just a really good fucking song, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't care. Well, see, that's the great thing about songs. If you played it one time, you can still play it again another time, because a song is a song, and you still want to hear it after you hear it the first time. Jars of cum. Input username. You always got some zingers in there that take me by surprise and make me chortle. And for that, I'm appreciative.
Is this one for the people? Is this one for the Lord? Or do I simply serenade for things I must afford? You can jumble them together. My conflict still remains. Holiness is calling in the midst of courting fame. 'Cause I see the trust in their eyes. Though the sky is falling, they need your love in their life. Compromise is calling.
So what if I stumble? What if I fall? Yeah, what if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl? Yeah, what if I stumble? And what if I fall? What if I stumble? You never turn the heat of it all. What if I stumble? What if I fall?
Father, please forgive me, for I cannot compose the fear that lives within me, or the rate at which it grows. Struggle has a purpose on the narrow road you carve. Or do I tread my trespasses, leave a daily scar? Do they see the fear in my eyes? Are they so revealing? This time I cannot disguise all the doubt I'm feeling.
So what if I stumble?
Look at that dildo in the crowd. That fucking dildo. He does this. He does this instead of this. You can't do the fucking rock sign, bro. You gotta do this stupid surfs up. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I know what this is. That fucking... Christians annoy me for the most part. The diehard Christians, at least. I'm not going to say that. I could say... I'm not going to go there. I was going to involve another YouTuber, and I'm not going to do that. Anyhow.
What if I fall? And what if I lose my step and I make fools of us? Oh yeah. Will the love continue when my walk it becomes a crawl? What if I stumble? And what if I fall? Yeah. Yeah, what if I I stumble? And what if I stumble? And what if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Yeah, will the love continue when my walk it becomes a crawl? What if I stumble? And what if I fall? What if I stumble? What if I fall? You never turn back. What if I stumble? What if I fall? You are my comfort, my God. Ooh, yeah. So no. This one for your people. This one for the Lord. Yeah. God's love for us is so much greater than our mistakes. He loves us as we are and not as we should be. He wants you to take you. He wants you to come as you are.
I mean, you know, all I'm saying is, like, we can watch satanic videos out the ass and you guys don't blink one fucking eye, but soon as we go to the other side and be like, well, you know, here's some Jesus rock, now all of a sudden everyone's got some jokes. They all got the jokes. I'm just looking at it objectively, like, I don't give a fuck, man. Fucking singing about Jesus. If it's a good song, I'll fucking listen to it and like it if it's good. You know, whether you got a pentagram or a cross or whatever the fuck, I don't care. Music's music. I don't dig too deep into the ideological underbelly of it, you know. It's like fucking I'm an agnostic or an atheist. I don't know what the fuck. I'm the amazing atheist. I'm gonna stick a banana up my ass. Why did the amazing atheist, by the way, can someone give me, like, in one sentence why he stuck a banana up his ass? I know that became a thing for that guy, that fella. Anyway, that can be an aside. That can be a sidebar conversation. If that made you believe in Jesus, then good for you. Speaking of Pentagram, I'm reminded of the band Fanagram. I can't believe I forgot about them. They're one of those indie bands why am I speaking in a Corey Feldman cadence right now? I just remembered a great band, an indie band. He was horny? Oh, that makes sense. Anyhow, we have, did I already play that one? Oh, yeah, I'm doing, Mike Anderson. We got, this is a great song. I already know I like this song. I've never seen the video. I think the live version's a little better. It's Dramarama, Anything.
What is it tonight? Please just tell me what the hell is wrong.
Oh my god, the high frequency on this, I know the song wasn't mixed like this, but however this was uploaded and compressed and recalculated, god, the high frequencies are killer in a bad way.
Do you wanna eat? Do you wanna sleep? Do you wanna drown? Just settle down. I'll give you candy, give you diamonds, give you pills, give you anything you want. $100 bills. I'll even let you watch the shows you wanna see. Just marry me, marry me, marry me.
can't like just as an aside, like I can't believe this band didn't like go further and make like, I mean, I've heard their other stuff. It sucks. It's not good. Last cigarette, one before I go to bed. Wahoo, wahoo. Yeah, it's bad, really bad, not good at all, as Anthony Fantano might say. It's like, how did you nail it with this one song? And you, like, REM is a band that's like, they continue nailing it. It's like they made one good thing, they made another good thing, another. Snowball. Like, they just kept being consistent with their greatness. Arguably, for what, 25 years? And then you got bands like this where they got one song. That's it. I'm telling you, I wanted to believe that Dramarama was a good band. No, this was their only good song. I think the band name kind of hurt them a little bit. Dramarama. We're like a punk band or something, and our name is like literally the name of like a band on like Saved by the Bell, like a fictional band that doesn't exist. On this episode of Saved by the Bell, we got Dramarama performing. Like, that is like a horrible name for a band like that. Like, that band name honestly screams to me one hit wonder. Like, you will only have one thing. You can't be calling yourself Dramarama and expect to have a long career. I know what's in a name and all that shit, but Jesus Christ, it's no good. It's no good. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Up next, we have Ice Hockey Jedi. Seether by Veruca Salt. It's a chick band from the 90s. They're alternative. I'm sure everybody, if you're a boomer like me, knows this song.
See, there is neither
The vibes that this gives me is that, like, your friend is a skateboarder, you are a skateboarder, your friend as a teenager has a younger sister who's like trying to, I don't know, keep up with the brother, and so she like takes up the same interests, skateboarding, whatever. She's one of the guys, you know, I don't like hanging out with girls. And, you know, me as the friend, I'm like, yeah, so like what's going on with your sister over there? Like, she's pretty hot or something, I don't know. And she like sucks your willy at midnight when you're like sleeping over, and that's your first coming of age, like literally and metaphorically, it's your coming of age tale. That's this girl, I think. I feel like that's the vibes I'm getting.
See, there is neither big nor small. See, there is the center of it all. I try to rock her in my cradle. I try to knock her out. I try to cram her back in my mouth. Yeah. Can't fight the fever. Can't fight the fever. Can't fight the fever. I can't see her till I'm foaming at the mouth. Keep her down, boiling water. Keep her down, what a lovely daughter. Oh, she is not born like other girls, but I know how to conceive her. Oh, she may not look like other girls, but she's a snarl to seether. Can't fight the seether. Can't fight the seether. Can't fight the seether. I can't see her till I'm foaming at the mouth. Can't fight the seether. Can't fight the seether. Can't fight the seether. I can't see her till I'm foaming at the mouth. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that live performance just then? They actually like took the time to put guitar cables in their actual guitars. You don't know how many videos where they just don't even bother because like no one cares, no one pays attention. But they took the time for that live performance. They put the fucking instrument cable in the guitar to where you at least think maybe, if you're a dumb teenager of that time, maybe they are actually playing that live. We all know that's bullshit, but I liked the attempt of having the instrument cable in the actual guitar. You never see that. Dude, she looked like she was like 35 years old. That was their breakout single, and she looked like she was like middle-aged. She looked old as shit. I'm old as shit, but I've given up on the dream. So what does it matter for me? So I can point this out, and Cerebral P, I've not ignored your Blind Melon request. I'm aware. But this is a Josh pick. What I like about this video, it's directed by one of the goats. I believe it is one of my music video director goats. Who is it? No, it's not Anton Corbin. Or is it? Jonathan Glazer? Yes, Jonathan Glazer directed this video. He did Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. He did Street Spirit by Radiohead. Into My Arms by Nick Cave. Rabbit in Your Headlights by Uncle. This guy knocks it out of the park. He's a great video director. What I like about this video is, well, it's a cool song, in my opinion. I think it's a really cool song. Richard Ashcroft obviously comes from The Verve or The Verve Pipe, whatever you know him as. This video, I almost don't even want to spoil it. I'll tell you what I like about the video after we watch the video.
I spend the night, yeah, looking for my insides in a hotel room, waiting for you. We're gonna make it tonight, yeah, something in the air tells me the time is right, so we better get on. DJ, play a song for the lovers tonight. Please play a song for the lovers tonight. Don't wanna wait, Lord, I've been waiting all my life, but I'm too late again. I know, but I was scared. Can't you see? I'm moving.
I know there's probably no girls on this live stream except maybe Zombie, but can we all agree that that's not an attractive look for a guy to be that gaunt? I'm not saying like having a beer gut, big old flappy beer belly is attractive either, but like, can we agree that like that's I want to say, I don't want to like body shame the man, but like, why the fuck are you that skinny, dude? I mean, like maybe the drugs or whatever the fuck, but like that is not a healthy man. It's not. It's not. That's like, you're like fucking Christian Bale and The Machinist. You're a fucking skeletal being in front of my eyes right now. It's ghastly, honestly. If I'm being honest, it's ghastly.
like a train to some foreign land. I ain't got a ticket for this ride, but I will go to some my lover tonight. DJ, play a song for my lover tonight. DJ, play a song for my lover tonight. Please play a song for the lovers tonight. Can't stop looking back. Play a song for my lover.
By the way, what a British face this man has. Like, if you were to type into like Google like show me male British faces, Richard Ashcroft would probably be the top result. That is one of the most British faces I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, so what I love about that video is that I know I paused it and pontificated a lot during my pauses, which probably took away from the full effect of the video. But what I like about it is that nothing happens. They're kind of setting it up like something's going to happen, and then it's just a dude in his like rock star hotel suite, whatever. And they set it up like something's gonna happen. They, you know, pan to the bathroom like, oh, what's going on over there? Maybe there's gonna be a big payoff. There's not. There's nothing. Nothing happens in the video. But they set it up like it's something's gonna happen. I don't know. I like that for some reason. I like how they are just like, fuck your expectations. Nothing happens. It's like the Seinfeld of videos. Come on. Right? Am I right? You guys? Yeah, you get it. You think something's going to happen, then nothing happens. It's just a dude in his apartment. Doesn't even do any, or hotel or whatever. Doesn't do anything exciting. And it's a good song. I mean, I feel like the song is almost good enough to carry it. But like, yeah, I love how there's no payoff. It's just like nothing happens. Now, if there wasn't nostalgia value attached to this, I might say that what a waste of time music video that was. What a piece of shit video that was. But there's nothing cringe about it. It's literally just a very skinny guy, presumably a rock star given the size of his hotel, and nothing happens. And you think it's going to, and then it doesn't. I don't know. I like that kind of shit sometimes. Sometimes. No, not all the time. Obviously, most of the time I want something to happen, but sometimes it's kind of interesting when it doesn't. All right, next we got Cerebral Palsy. Blind Melon. Change. The Obama Anthem. That's what it says in parentheses. You guys can't see that, but it says the Obama Anthem. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah, no more requests after this. Yeah, I need to be... I did not clock what time it was. Yeah, no more requests, please. Please, no more requests. I'm all booked up for tonight.
I don't feel the sun's coming out today. Staying in, it's gonna find another way. Yeah. As I sit here in this misery, I don't think I'll ever know, Lord, seen the sun from here. No, as I fade away, raining. Knows I fade away. They'll all look at me and say, they'll say, hey, look at him, where he is these days. Life is hard, you have to change. Life is hard, you have to change.
I just don't think Blind Melon got far enough in their career to be like that socially relevant. Like, they're always gonna be known as the Bumblebee Girl video, you know, No Rain. It's only like the older millennials or Gen Xers that can name any other song. I would almost be surprised if Gen Z kids knew about No Rain, honestly. No one ever sings it in karaoke. I'm a karaoke DJ. I do this week in and week out. I deal with fucking Zoomers all the time. They never, no one ever does any Blind Melon anything ever. I didn't particularly think their music was all that special. I didn't particularly love Shannon Hoon's vocals. He sounded like a fucking dirty hippie to me. I got nothing for Blind Melon. I mean, I don't know. And on top of that, I don't think I've ever met like someone who's like, I am a huge fan of Blind Melon. No one has ever said that. People are like, I guess the way people impress me is if they're like, if they can name a song besides No Rain. But I've never met anyone who's like, oh, I'm such a big fan of Blind Melon. That's never been a conversation. And I've met people who are fans of almost any weird fucking band that you could think of. All right, up next we have this one's been done before, but that's fine. Zombie, I think, won this one last week. This is Blue Monday by Orgy.
the past until completion. They will turn away no more. And I still find it so hard to say what I need to say. But I'm quite sure that you'll tell me just how I should feel today. I see a ship in the harbor, I can in Shadow Bay. But if it wasn't for your misfortunes, I'd be a heavenly person today. And I thought I was mistaken, and I thought I heard you speak. Tell me, how do I feel? Tell me now, how should I feel? Now I stand here waiting. I thought I told you to leave me while I walked down to the beach. Tell me, how does it feel when you're
Man, that whole like covering an already famous song curse really is a thing now that I think about it. Like, good lord. Cause like, yeah, Orgy, like Candy Ass is a pretty good record. And I mean, I definitely do think they have sound. But I don't think they stood out enough. They sounded, I mean, there's so many bands like Orgy back in there. You had like fucking, I don't know, Spine Shank and Fear Factory and just all these like lower tier like butt rock bands that didn't really have like, they had enough of a voice and enough of a presence to where they got major label support, but they didn't have that like X factor that pushed them over the top. Like say a Korn or a Limp Bizkit or whatever. You kind of like needed to have that tude already like built into you. And if you were just like, I don't know, part of the machine and you expected the machine to do all the heavy lifting, I think those are the bands that failed. I think it was the bands that like already had like a sense of self, a sense of what they were doing. And I think one of the worst ways to indicate that, hey, we're a band, we have our own unique voice. I think one of the worst ways to indicate that to not only the label, but to the general public at this time, because, you know, there's no MTV anymore. But at that time, I think the worst way to indicate that, like, hey, we have our own thing is to cover a song that was already big. Now, granted, I'm sure there were several people who didn't know. They only know the Orgy version, I'm sure. And with that being said, God, the original version of Blue Monday was absolute trash. They had the whole chord structure and song and all that, but sonically it sounded like shit. The Orgy version sounded, obviously, it was like the superior version. But yeah, I just don't think Orgy like had enough X factor, you know? Like, what was, they just sounded too similar to Korn to some degree. I mean, a little bit more like feminine, a little bit more sassier, had a little bit more electronic aspects, but I mean, Ministry was already a thing. There was so many, I mean, Powerman 5000, you know, there were so many examples of bands that were already doing or already did what they were, I guess, trying to do. So it's like, because like Orgy's always been fascinating to me in the new rock world, because it's like, why didn't they get bigger? It's a question that I've asked myself a lot, because it's like they were different. The look aesthetics. If we're going off purely aesthetics, Orgy had the goods to differentiate themselves. But I just don't think they had that X factor, whatever that may have been. They were too similar. Their first hit was a cover. That's always kind of a kiss of death. Honestly, it is a kiss of death if I think about it. I can't really think of any band that their first song, their first hit was a cover, and then they like killed it after that. Now Van Halen comes to mind because they did "You Really Got Me Now," by the Kinks, but I don't even know if that was their first hit. That was like after people heard Eddie Van Halen, they're like, oh well, fuck that, like whatever. That was just like a formality. You guys rock, which they did. Yeah, anyway, I like thinking about Orgy. Len, yeah, they're another one-hit wonder. I was riding on the grass a Sunday morning of last week. You guys know Bobby Brown from the chick Bobby Brown from the Cherry Pie video, The Warrant. She's my cherry pie. The dumb bitch who was riding the roller skates with the cherry pie. Well, that lead singer there ate her pussy, and that was the first time she ever got head from a guy. Cause like that dude, I listened to her memoir. I know I'm pathetic in that way. Yeah, he was like really insistent upon like eating her pussy, which fair enough. I'm big on that too. And I guess like all these like nasty 80s rockers that she was with were all about themselves, just getting head and fucking and nutting and jutting and futting, especially futting. But he's like, I want to eat your pussy. It's going to feel really good. And, yeah, he did it. And she was like, wow, you're really good at that. Because I might be kind of gay. And I told you who I am. Because in the fucking Italian mafia, if you give head to a girl, you kind of have mezzo fanuc over there, if you know what I'm saying, over there with the ash, with the cash. All right. Wow, what a late live stream. We got one more video, and I'm done, dude. I'm done, dude. Dude, I'm done. And it's, honestly, it's another artist that's influenced me a great deal. Weird Al Yankovic. Saw him in I want to say earlier this year, but I realized we're in another year. I saw him late 25. St. Augustine Amphitheater. The only thing that kind of sucks about seeing Weird Al, like if he's just doing a normal tour, he's just going to play all the same songs. He's going to do the same shtick. Everyone's going to want to see the fat suit for Fat. They're going to want to see the, the coolie, or the Amish outfit for Amish Paradise, and he just kind of just has to do that. What's funny is like these songs, the original songs, have not been popular for decades upon decades. Yet when Weird Al plays live, like it's like you better motherfucking play Amish Paradise. Gangsta's Paradise has not been on the charts for like fucking 30 years. I mean, it's been so long since it's been on the charts. This song could have grandkids at this point. Oh my god, dude.
Don't wanna be a
Okay, this is a fan-made video. Gotcha.
I never learned my alphabet from A to Z. They all live on donuts and Boost Beats, and they leave the house without packing heat. Never even bring their guns to the mall. And you know what else is too funny? Their stupid Monopoly money.
Yeah, I don't like Canada's money. I gotta say that. It's their money looks. I like the green, man. It's, you know, it's always been that way, and they revamped it, and they've added some security measures on the bills to make it hard to counterfeit. But it's always been just these green bills, and they've barely changed in my lifetime. Well, in anybody's lifetime. If you look at the original U.S. bills, currency, they don't look dissimilar to how they look now. I like that. Canada's like, let's make it look like an iPhone. Let's give it like a translucent part. You know, let's still pay homage to the Queen for some reason. Whatever, man.
They can't take them seriously at all. Well, maple syrup and snow's what they export. They treat curling just like it's a real sport. They think their silly accent is so cute. Can't understand a thing they're talking about. Sure, they got their national health care, cheaper meds for crime rates and clean air. Then again, well, they got Celine Dion. Eat their weight in Kraft macaroni and dream of driving a Zamboni all over Saskatchewan. Don't wanna be a Canadian idiot, won't figure out the temperature in Celsius. See the map, they're hovering right over us. Tell you the truth, it makes me kinda nervous. Always hear the same kind of story. Break your nose and they'll just say sorry. Tell me what kind of freaks are that polite. It's gotta mean they're all up to something. So quick before they see it coming. Time for a preemptive strike.
Oh, yes. That was quite entertaining. Oh, that made me chuckle at certain points. I hope you have all enjoyed this live stream of watching music videos by recording artists. Unfortunately, it's the end for me. Doing this, at least. Yeah, I'm surprised Renata didn't chime in any of that, because it was just a bunch of Canadian stereotypes that she's vastly pissed off about. Zombie trash is Canadian. I feel like Cerebral P is Canadian too, but see, typical Canadian saying sorry. Well, anyway, that's the stream. Till next time.